Can I also tell you something? I'm fucking scared of America. And maybe I should have been like that before. But we took Kate to the US so that my brother in law could take out her wisdom teeth. He's a surgeon. It's not like he just has a garage or something. We were there for 2.5 hours, okay? Basically, we just got in and got out. This is less time than like some people spend in the hot tub every night. So here's what I recall in that 2.5 hours, okay? I took my daughter to a Wendy's. We ordered food and we ate and it was great. But I was starting to get the vibe. Listen, I'm from Vancouver. I was starting to get the vibe that this is not the safest place in Washington State. You just sort of, I don't know how to tell you how to pick up on that vibe. There being no restaurants except for a Wendy's within like 2 miles was a pretty big part of that. Also, lots of people walking around in football jerseys talking to themselves, not talking to anybody else, talking to themselves. So I was like, I was a little on edge, let's put it that way. Nothing happened at the Wendy's except a woman in her early 60s walked in and she ordered her burger well done, which is something that I didn't know if you could do at a Wendy's. And then she got her burger and she said, "This isn't well done." And then the manager came out and was like, "This is how burgers come out here, but if you want, we can like toss this one back on the grill for a couple minutes." And she was like, "Yeah, I want it well done." And the manager was like, "All right, fucking throw this one back on the grill. Come on, get out of here, you're crazy." Then I was waiting for a prescription to be filled at a Safeway. And my wife said she wanted a cold drink, which is reasonable because she just had 2 teeth ripped out of her jawbone, right? I went into the Starbucks. The dude in front of me was like at least 6'7" and, maybe 55 years old. And I can only describe his face as he had like a leatherface thing going on. It was like somebody had put a new face on him and it was waiting to like take. It was like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type deal. He turned around, he looked at me, he looked at my daughter, he pointed at her, and all he said was 3. And I said, "You're right, she turns 3 in like 3 weeks." And then he said, "What's your daughter's name?" And I said it. And then apropos of nothing at all, he said, "Did you know Eric Clapton has a song named Layla, and it's about George Harrison's wife who he later married? My daughter's name, for the record, is not Layla, so I don't know where this came from." And I said, "Yeah, actually, I had heard that." And then he said, "Later, did you know Eric Clapton's kid fell out of a hotel window, and that's why he wrote Tears in Heaven?" I was like, "Thanks for that, stranger." Basically, I don't know if I'm taking this as a threat, but it's kind of like a cursed energy when it's just me and my 3-year-old in the Starbucks. Then, when the barista turned her back, he reached into the tip jar and just pulled out a handful of change and then moved to where he was going to receive his drink. This is what I saw in my very limited interactions in the United States. I think that this particular city might be cooked. You met the devil? I think I met, what's the name of the personification of pure malevolence from the Cormac McCarthy novel? Judge Holden? I think I met Judge Holden. I'm a little late today. Kate's still recovering from her wisdom tooth surgery. So I'm on morning duty. Spent a lot of time with my kid this weekend, not just because of the Eric Clapton stuff. My wife is like, she got prescribed some painkillers. By the way, I got another bone to pick with America. Maybe this isn't a bone. Maybe I should be picking a bone with Canada, okay? We got a prescription. It has my wife's name. It has our address, which is not in the same country as the United States of America. It's a different border. She said, "Do I have to come in to fill this prescription?" I said, "Duh, obviously you have to be here. You really think I'm going to go into the Safeway pharmacy and be like, here's a prescription for Percocet for someone who lives in another country and also isn't me?" I'm going to be like, "Yeah, I just found this on the ground." So we wait in a line so that we can finally drop off the prescription. And then my wife has gauze that's like kind of bloody in her mouth. And then the Safeway worker was going off on me. She was like, I don't want to see you in here again. Like, make sure that she goes home and gets some rest. And I'm like, lady, that's why we're at the damn pharmacy. We need the pills so we can go home. She's like, now when it's time for pickup, just your husband comes in, okay? You don't come in. I'm like, all right, fine. So then, like, they said, oh, I'll give you a text when it's ready. Oh, it should be about a half hour. My ass in the car for 45 minutes. Finally, I walk back in. Oh, did we send you a text? No. Oh, then your prescription's not ready. Oh, I just wanted to make sure because it's like an out-of-country number maybe. Oh, yeah, it turns out it's fucking ready. Also, she was like, this is in your name. And I was like, yeah, you told my wife not to come back in. And she was like, oh, okay, I remember. She's driving me crazy, man. You can't win for losing. People just out here trying to nitpick. But then my wife doesn't want to take the painkillers, which is totally fair. Like, I can understand. But I'm also like, it's up to her. I did that when I had my testicular surgery. They gave me Tylenol 3s, and I was 16 years old. I was like, I don't need this. I'm above the Tylenol 3s. I took, like, for a day and a half, I think I took the Tylenol 3s as prescribed, and then I was like, this is not necessary. And I proudly threw the rest in a garbage can. Nowadays, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't take them recreationally, but if I had if I had pain, I would be taking the T3s once every 6 hours to a maximum of 3 per day until I did not feel pain anymore. Let's put it that way. Hey guys, I bought some pot this weekend. I had another bone to pick about the United States, by the way. And then Chad told me that we were like undecided. We were 50-50 on whether this is all of America or just parts of America or just big chain stores. And I'm just being real with you. It is not like an anti-American bit. If you don't know this is going to fuck you up. Like, if you live in the US and you're like, wait, really? This is what it's like in other parts of the world? You're going to shit your pants. I was losing my fucking mind paying for anything. I'm taking my 90 seconds, okay? Go to Safeway. Scan some shit at the self-checkout, okay? First thing it says is like, would you like to donate some money to stop hunger in America? And I'm like, I would like to. I'm not going to, but I would like to, but I'm not gonna. So I hit no. And then it's like, please enter your phone number if you're part of the rewards program. And I'm like, I'm not part of the rewards program. Please enter your email address to sign up for no, skip. The skip button's 1 pixel. Would you like to donate $5 to get better psychiatric care for American veterans? And I'm like, I'd like to, but skip. You're hitting like 35 different buttons until eventually it's like, okay, please, your total is $6. How many of the store's bags did you use? I used 0 of the bags. It's one thing. I swear to you, this is true. At this Safeway Starbucks, which anytime you're in a grocery store Starbucks, it's like even more cooked than the regular one. So you should know what you're getting into. I said, because I was getting a drink for my wife who just had surgery and I'm a good husband. I said, can I get a grande passion tea lemonade, okay? She said, sure. Would you like to add a pastry to make it an even $6? And I said, no. And then she said, would you like to donate the pastry? Like, bitch, you're Starbucks. Why don't you donate the pastry? You don't need me to get involved in this. Just give you money so you give a pastry to the food bank. You're the one buying the flour, baking the fucking shit, and then putting it here, and then the food bank thing is right over there. Why don't you put it in the food bank? You don't need me to give you $2.75 so you can feed somebody else. It would save the guilt trip. It's insanity. And then when I did the checkout, it was a Safeway checkout. So then it was like, do you want to give $5 to stop hunger in America? And I'm like, are you part of the rewards program? It's insanity. Why do we bring so much rigmarole into it's a simple purchase of a beverage, man. Just say no. Well, it's like it used to be. You go to EB Games You'd be like, I'm buying Dance Central 3 for my parents because they have a Connect. They're never going to even fucking open it, but Merry Christmas. And then the dude's like, hey, do you want to spend $3 on a guarantee? Like, lots of times people fucking doing Gangnam Style kick their Xbox over and scratch their Dance Central 3 CD. I'm like, no, that's okay. And they're like, okay, fucking fine. Have a good day. Nowadays, it's the Oppenheimer interrogation scene, man. Like, it never fucking ends. Have you seen it? No. I still haven't. I'm sorry. I haven't had the chance. Donating is different? They can fucking donate. I can donate too. Don't get me wrong. I don't need to go to Starbucks to launder my charitable donation through like another company's tax return. Like McDonald's still stays undefeated. You finish picking all your food on the McDonald's kiosk. They're like, you want to round that shit up to the nearest dollar for 3 cents? And you're like, yes, I'm a good person. I see myself as a good person in my mind. Here's 3 cents. Every other place is like, they just hit you with the right, left. Oh, you don't support hungry veterans? I'm not from America. That doesn't mean you can't help out, brother. Oh, stole me. Stone man buys a stone each time he can sell me. It became level 3 lioness stone man. That's not even how it goes. Oh, it's Friday. It's the first full work week I've had in a while.